All right. So something interesting is happening, and I'm going to play this some video for you to see.
Can you've sent a letter? They've asked us to change the title, or they're going to pull the films from the cinemas. It's just barely a few days we released. I thought we could handle it, but obviously the conversation is growing every day. I'm just begging to say, please, I did take money from investors to do this film. If you pull it just because of the title, perhaps you should see the film. If it dishonors Christians in any way, if it dishonors God in any way, I will pull it. I will pull it and bear the consequence. If it dishonors God or Christians in any way, I will pull it. Because I will not be a part to something like that.
Okay, so that is the popular actress Ini Edo. She made a movie. The title is A Very Dirty Christmas. Now, since the announcement, all the advertisement, all that, so it appears that the Christian Association of Nigeria can seems not to be pleased with the title. We don't even know what the content is. Now, it is Muslims that I know that fight for Allah. But it appears like Christians are now beginning to do the same. Now, we don't even know the contents of the movie. We don't even know. They have not had a prostitute in, holding the Bible. They have not, have very funny acts inside the church. We don't even know. Just the title. And now it appears that some other people are also fighting for God. And then, well, as usual, of course, opinions are divided. Some are like, yes, no, you should have done a very dirty Xmas. Some said you could have done a very dirty December. And that is even given the fact that to many people now, Christmas is more or less a holiday. And even Christmas itself even has no roots in the Bible. But a Christian organization felt that Christianity was disrespected. Anyway, if you ask for my opinion on things like this, you see, I have always stood for mutual respect. I can be a creative person, and I don't think I should insult the sensibilities of anyone in the name of creativity. I mean, there are lots of things I can do. If I wanted to be funny, there are things I can do. If I wanted to, maybe it's movies, books, all those and all that. There's just a whole lot that I can do. Bearing in mind that we have people who have their own religious affiliation and sentiment, tribe, political, all those and all that. So if you are a real creative, if you are intellectual, and you are here in the 21st century, because now we are trying all this inclusivity stuff, and we are also getting this diversity trainings. I've taken courses on diversity and inclusivity. So inclusivity and diversity is not necessarily just mixing everything up and expecting people, maybe of a certain tribe or religion, to be objective or to be open-minded towards subtle disrespect to their religion or tribe or culture. But that you, who is the creative, you who is the intellectual, or you who is coming up with art, with movies, with books, or and all that, that you are aware that we have different cultures, religious and tribal affiliations and sentiments. And we must make sure that we try to respect as much as possible, even when we don't intend to disrespect. We must try to be aware that, oh, this thing might offend some certain people. And the real intellectual is not someone who just says, okay, I don't really care, So Ini Edo, if she's willing to change the title of a movie or do something or withdraw whatever it is, she's a Christian and we're not a Muslim. That's even better. If it was Muslims who came for her, maybe she did something, maybe like a very dirty Ramadan or a very dirty Eid, If Muslims spoke, if there was outrage, there are people who tell us that we are backwards, we are barbaric, and we are primitive. So civilization should not be characterized by pushing out content that may feel offensive to some certain people, whether tribe, religion, or culture, which is also not to take away the fact that also we cannot be overly sensitive. There are some things that may not really be offensive in that sense. So, and then that is the only place I think we may not be overly sensitive. But for the general stuff, yeah. So the point here is it is not only Muslims who tend to fight for Allah. Looks like the Christian Association of Nigeria is also now fighting for God. So if anybody tells you Muslims fight for Allah, give them evidences that even Christians fight for Jehovah.